experienced heads in the United lineup, of which there are a few, but also great as well, Siobhan, to see so many young players on the bench today.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see some of the young talent coming onto the pitch. I'm sure there'll be a lot of changes. There always is in pre-season, and there's a lot of young, exciting players that I'm sure the fans as well will be really looking forward to seeing on the pitch and getting some game time.
Back it goes to Earps. And United have looked comfortable so far. A couple of openings created. Looking to move forward again with Galton. Now, Bodarisa once more, but she loses out. And that's a raking ball into the channel. Tracking back is Hannah Blundell. Her first start for Manchester United since arriving from Chelsea. It's Leanne Kiernan on the ball for Liverpool. Roberts. Well closed down by Hansen, who still has it. Kirsty Hansen does well to wriggle out of a tight spot there. Here's Harris. Good communication there from Mary Earps as well, just letting her defence know exactly what's going on around them.
Yeah, I can also hear Mark Skinner very loud and very vocal. I wasn't sure whether he might use this opportunity as 90 minutes to just kind of sit back and watch, assess all the players, see where they're at, but he's not. He's right there on the touchline, giving every word of advice that he needs to give to those players to tell them exactly what he wants them to do.
Success is in the hallways of this place. A brilliant quote from Mark Skinner when he sat down to speak with Steve Bennett for MUTV earlier this week. I understand that Skinner was always high on the wish list when it came to looking for a replacement for the outgoing Casey Stoney. So United have got the person they wanted, and now it's up to the manager himself to get to grips with this United side ahead of a new season. Here's Kiernan for Liverpool. Back it goes to Foster. Intercepted by Martha Harris and Turner. Now Torres Dottir. United content just to switch it across the back line. Blundell, and now Katie Zelem, who goes all the way home. Well, Zelem brought to the ground there. She did just lose her balance ever so slightly, but there was contact from behind, and so United have the free kick.
Yeah, there was some contact there, so it is a free kick, but it is very risky play. Yes, you want to play good football, you want to be able to play out from the back, but you need to make sure that you're in position and you're in the right shape to do so without taking too many risks, because you don't want to be conceding goals.
Here is Zelem again, who loses out again, and it's forced a good save in the end out of Mary Earps, low down to her right at the near post. Bit of a snapshot from Liverpool, and the first save of the game is made by the Manchester United goalkeeper. Forward it comes though from the home side. A chance now in behind perhaps, but a toe in, and an important toe in. We've already mentioned Kirsty Hansen's pace, and she showed it in glimpses there again. Corner to United.
Kirsty Hansen's probably been the most dangerous player for United so far. She's causing problems, getting in behind. Obviously, as we said, her pace is tremendous, and I think here we see the save again from Mary Earps. Leanne Kiernan trying to get on the score sheet on her debut. I'm sure she'll be looking for a goal, but a good stop from Mary Earps. But United need to they can't afford to give the ball away in those kind of areas.
Up the other end now though, and United have the corner kick. Dropped into the centre of the penalty area, but swallowed up easily by Riley Foster. How much of a confidence boost, Siobhan, is that as a goalkeeper when you just get your hands on the ball early and come out and claim a corner or a cross like that?
Oh, hugely, but very frustrating as the opposition goalkeeper. I always used to say I never had time to just come out and pluck across like that. I'd always have someone on my toes, someone putting me under pressure, and it makes it so much more difficult. So as the Manchester United goalkeeper there, you're saying get on her toes, don't make it easy for her.
Certainly not at all Manchester United side today. There are a few players who are slightly taller than the rest. The likes of Maria Torres-Dottir at the back does have height on her side, but in terms of the midfield, certainly you'd say Liverpool perhaps slightly more physical in that department. United holding their own for now, though, although it is the visitors in possession. Leanne Kiernan, though, dispossessed. Turner. Hansen. Carrie Jones couldn't control it. It's a strong challenge, but a good challenge from Martha Harris.
Yeah, a good challenge. I'd like to see the game stretched a little bit more. Can the players hug the touchline, make the pitch a lot bigger, and then you can switch play more easily, find those pockets in between. And we said, yeah, we haven't got the most physical of midfields, but they're technical players. They want to be in spaces, they want to be in gaps, finding those through balls to the attacking players. And at the moment, the game's really compact. Everyone's really quite close together, so there aren't so many gaps to play through. And I think that's what United need to try and do a little bit more of.
It's been played at a good intensity so far, 10.5 minutes in here at Carrington. This first of Manchester United's 3 pre-season friendlies. Here's Harris. Well, United found out last week who they'll be facing in this season's Continental Cup group stages. The Reds will be in Pool B with Leicester, Durham and Everton. That competition will begin in mid-October, shortly after the first Manchester derby of the season at Leigh Sports Village. So many exciting games for these players to look forward to throughout the course of the campaign, which is only just around the corner now.
Manchester derby is definitely one that everyone always looks forward to, as too today against Liverpool. And even though it's only a friendly, it's one that the players will be out there exactly trying to win.
Yeah, certainly. Liverpool, though, a championship side right now. You have to think their aim again this season will be to return to the Women's Super League. They're 2 times champions of the WSL, but were relegated from the top flight in 2020. They finished 3rd in their first championship campaign last season, 11 points off top. 3rd, of course, not enough for promotion. You have to win the division to go up, and that honour went to Leicester City.
Good work there from Jones, winning the corner. Clever play. Didn't need to do too much, just needed to make the defender commit to winning the ball, and it bounced off her and out for a corner. And hopefully we can be a little bit more ruthless from this one. You've obviously got Millie Turner, Torres-Dottir, both aerial presences that can cause problems.
Well, a flurry of spot kicks during this opening salvo here at Carrington. In comes the latest towards the far post. It might well drop for a United player. Liverpool do well to scrape it away. Must be a source of frustration for coaches when you do have so many set pieces, but you just can't crack through. This one probably the closest to the bunch so far.
Pre-season and set pieces is always a little bit difficult, though, because I'm sure they've been working on loads of different combinations, but do you want to give them away in a pre-season friendly? Probably not. So you're probably more likely just to see players play off the cuff and then just sit hooking deliveries here and there and everywhere.
I think pre-season's mainly about running, isn't it, rather than set pieces. And United have done plenty of that so far. Here's Staniforth. Cut out, though. Holland, who did manage to intercept the ball for Liverpool, but it's gone straight back to United. Here's Harris. He doesn't quite get the purchase on the pass that she wanted. And now Melissa Lawley can charge forward for Liverpool here. In comes the cross. Strikes the shins of Torres-Dottir, and sliding in was Turner just to hook it away.
Yeah, Martha Harris dispossessed there by Mel Lawley. She's a very clever technical player, and she'll be looking at every opportunity there to be able to get forward to drive in. I thought she might have driven in a little bit further and tried to get a shot away herself, but played it across, and Liverpool just didn't have the bodies in there to cause United any problems.
27 years old now, Melissa Lawley, but still so much ahead of her, you feel, in the game. As there she is again, winning a corner for her side.
I was saying to you before the game, when you said she was 27, I was like, that makes me feel incredibly old, because she was a 18-year-old at Bristol Academy when I played with her before, and yeah, time flies, doesn't it?
Well, she has played for England, scored on her debut actually for the national team in 2017.
Yeah, as we said, a very talented player, and I'm sure she'll be looking to get back into the FAWSL with Liverpool.
Missy Bowe-Kearns with the corner, and it's not a bad one. Difficult to control. It was Jade Bailey on the edge of the penalty area who was the target. Still Liverpool have it. Well defended though by Manchester United, and perhaps a chance for a counter hit. Hilda Boerisa dispossessed though. Good tracking back from Liverpool. So 0-0 still here at Carrington, quarter of an hour played. The rain has stopped, but certainly grey and gloomy. You wouldn't think it was an August pre-season with the weather here in the northwest over the last week or more. You'd come to expect that. Some of the new signings, particularly those from overseas, like Hilda Boerisa, may well have to get used to the rain, but being Norwegian, I'm sure she'll cope just fine.
I must say, I had never really thought that I'd have to be worried about what I wore to keep myself warm commentating on a game in August.
Can never pack too many coats when there's a game on in Manchester.
I'd really like to see Leah Galton get on the ball more. I know she's playing on the right side. She normally plays on the left, probably a bit more natural to her, but we haven't seen her involved that much, and she's a really dangerous player, and when she gets in behind, when she runs at players, she's really dangerous, and we haven't seen that so far today.
Katie Zellum. And now Martha Harris does have Hansen on the outside and does use her. Stood up by Roberts, who gets the challenge in, and United have yet another corner.
Yeah, good battle today between Hansen and Roberts. Hansen coming up top with most of these challenges, winning corners, winning shots on goal. Just need to kind of make something come from this corner now, don't we?
Impressive work rate, Kirsty Hansen, as well. Always getting up and down.
That's what you know with Kirsty Hansen. If she's on the pitch, you know she's going to be pressing every single ball.
Corner swung in again. This time it is met well. It was the head of Maria Torres-Dottir, who almost seemed unmarked in the middle there. Straight through the centre of the penalty area. Got the direction. Didn't get the ball underneath the crossbar.
Yeah, a much better delivery, and it's great to see her in there winning that first contact, but I think she'll be frustrated that it's gone over the crossbar. Yes, it's a positive, but she's got high standards for herself, and I'm sure that should be on target, and even hitting the back of the net. 1-0.
Boerisa. United lose out. Harris tries to play it forward, can only hit a white-shirted Liverpool player. Now it's Rhiannon Roberts who's marching forward, dealt with by Turner. And this time United can come again. And lots of turnovers in possession in this first half so far. Both sides just trying to scope each other out. Missy Bowe-Kearns just lets that one run under her foot.
Yeah, as you said, lots of turnovers. It's been a little bit sloppy, but it's what you expect in the first game back from pre-season. They need to find their groove, get their momentum back on their side, find their touch. But you need to have a little bit more. When Liverpool break forwards, when Roberts broke forward then, Lucy Stan drove away with the ball, and that's when you need to be dangerous, when you're counter-attacking, when the other team is out of position.
Here's Kiernan for Liverpool, and she finds the back of the net. and Leanne Kiernan has handed the visitors the lead here at Carrington. It may only be pre-season, but United have been on top. Liverpool have grown in the game, and now they have the advantage. 1-0 Liverpool. Leanne Kiernan, the goal scorer.
I think that's the difference. We talk about when I spoke about them when the ball turns over there. It's about when they're when the other opposition is out of position. Can you break forward? Can you commit bodies forward? And can you execute the right pass and the right finish? And that's exactly what Leanne Kiernan did.
Yeah, great touch with the outside of her right foot as the ball came flying in towards her, and just set herself and tucked it underneath Mary Earps. A good finish and a first goal in Liverpool colours for her. She left West Ham this summer after her contract expired, and that will be how she means to go on for Liverpool in their championship campaign this season. So 1-0 to Liverpool then. That will be a source of frustration for United, who...
It will definitely be a source of frustration, but sometimes that's when you learn more about your players, when they're under pressure, when they've made mistakes.
Yeah, certainly. United did have the better of it to start the half. Liverpool have grown into it, as we say. Been well contested this pre-season game so far. Leah Galton back there putting the pressure on, and she's not happy at the referee for that throw-in not going her way.
Yeah, good work rate from Leah Galton. It's the first time we've properly seen her involved in the game, I think. She needs to get higher and wider. Kirsty Hansen again getting higher and wider, stretching that pitch, enabling United to kind of find those gaps. Can they then get Jones's feet? Can you get Staniforth higher up the pitch in those pockets? That's when she's going to be dangerous and be able to find those forward players.
Here's Harris, who's seen a lot of the ball for United so far in this first half. Filda Burarisa sweeps it back to Mary Earps. Now Torres starts it. The target was young Carrie Jones, just 17, leading the line for United in this pre-season game. Good work in the middle of the park from Burarisa, and that's a beautiful ball to find Kirsty Hansen, who is in, and it's a brilliant save in the end from Riley Foster, and it had to be. The shot was the right call from Hansen across the goalkeeper, and that was good link-up play from United, and it nearly resulted in an equaliser.
It's a lovely through ball from Lucy Staniforth there. That's where we want to see her, in those pockets, playing those through balls through. I just think that extra touch from Kirsty Hansen just narrowed the angle for her a little bit. Could she have taken it a little bit earlier and levered that straight in the corner?
Promising signs, though, for United. With those through balls and on the break, it's been mainly Hansen who's been getting in behind the Liverpool defence. I think despite the scoreline so far, plenty for United to be positive about.
Needs a little bit more tempo in the play. Take a touch, play it. Can we play it one touch if possible? Because the more you can move the ball at pace, the more it moves the opposition around, and you can find those gaps like Lucy Staniforth just found then. They're the dangerous through balls you want to be playing.
Free kick to Liverpool. You can hear the referee shouting at the United players to move away. This will be a set piece in a dangerous position.
Slight overload out wide there as well. Liverpool have got 3 players with Mel Lawley. She's joining play now, so I take that back.
Missy Bo Kearns with the delivery. Just floats comfortably into the arms of Mary Earps in the end.
It does, but I think she was the only Liverpool player in there and still managed to make a connection. You want your United defenders to be winning those first contacts there, not enabling a player to have that first contact, because that's where, especially in the WSL, in big matches against big teams, you're going to come unstuck.
Coming back to cut that out was Kerry Holland. The pass for Zellum was intercepted. Certainly most pre-season games you see quite languid and sometimes played with a lack of intensity, but with this being United against Liverpool, it hasn't been the case so far.
I was just about to say, I don't think Manchester United against Liverpool at any age group, any gender, any time of the year would be anything other than 100% full throttle wanting to get that win.
Well, United have won 2 of the 3 competitive fixtures against Liverpool. Both of those with a clean sheet. No clean sheet today. Liverpool do lead. Leanne Kiernan with the goal after 19 minutes.
I vividly remember that first game against Liverpool. It was our first ever game as Manchester United women, and we won 1-0 away at Liverpool, and a fantastic occasion and a great result for us.
Here's Zelem. Hilda Boarisa, one of the new additions. Now Hansen on the march for Manchester United. Kane takes it wide. And there's the cutback, and there's the equaliser for Manchester United. Leah Galton. We've not seen too much of her in this first half, but she pops up in the right place at the right time, and United are level.
Great work from Kirsty Hansen there. I thought originally she could have gone a bit more direct, but she's beaten her player on the outside. Cut across, a fantastic ball across goal. 2 United players in there. It's great to get loads of bodies in the box there as she takes it wide, cuts it back. Leah Galton, right place, right time, slots it in past the goalkeeper.
Well, Hansen had a chance a few moments ago where she forced a save from the goalkeeper. This time she went for the cross, and it paid dividends. And there was Leah Galton just to tuck home with ease. Again, Hansen the danger.
Leah Galton probably doesn't score that many goals off her right foot as well, so I'm sure she'd be pleased about that to get one off ready for the season.
That'll be in the WhatsApp group later, no doubt. So 1 apiece here at Carrington in this pre-season game.
Well, we didn't want a 0-0 draw, and 2 goals after 25 minutes isn't bad.
There might be another chance here for Manchester United as it comes across to Hansen. And in the blink of an eye, Manchester United have turned it around here in pre-season at Carrington. Kirsty Hansen has been a thorn in the Liverpool side all through this first half, and she's got her just rewards. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1.
A lovely through ball. I think it was from Lucy Staniforth there, and a fantastic finish from Kirsty Hansen. Lucy Staniforth has been great in those pockets, picking out the right player at the right time. Kirsty Hansen did really well to stay onside, made the run across the defender, gave the defender no chance, and again, keeper no chance either, straight into the back of the net and back in the lead.
Great stuff from Manchester United. They have threatened that through this first half. May only be pre-season, but you have to say, from what he's seen in this opening 27 minutes, Mark Skinner is pretty happy with what his team have come up with.
Yes, I said when they went 1-0 down, that's when you learn more about your players. How can they respond? How do they react? And he's seen a lot of positives in that reaction so far.
Just a bit of background for you on United's new coach, Mark Skinner. He's 38 years old. He was a college teacher 8 years ago before getting involved with Birmingham City's setup, where he rose through the ranks. Practically every job you can do there, from technical director to Siobhan Chamberlain's goalkeeping coach, before he eventually got a shot at the manager's position. Missy Bow-Kearns with the corner. Dealt with well by the United defence. Ball may well come back in, though. United push bodies out, met by Harris. Liverpool throw.
Well defended by United there. Coming out to win first contact from set pieces, I said before, is really important. It was a great strong header that enabled United to get higher up the pitch and stop any kind of problems.
Well closed down by Katie Zelem, who began her pro career at Liverpool. Spent 3 years there. Wearing the armband for Manchester United today, though.
It'd be good to see if she can form a good partnership in there with Boarisa. I've been really excited, looking forward to seeing her play for United and seeing how technically good she is. She keeps the ball so well. She breaks up play and she moves the ball really well. So seeing her in there alongside Katie Zelem be really good.
Yeah, Hilda Boarisa has looked bright in this first half. One of just 2 new signings Manchester United have made that are in the starting 11 for today. Alyssa Lawley goes down, and the referee gives her the benefit of the doubt. Kirsty Hansen with the foul.
Yeah, as we said before, she's a very experienced player. She knows when she feels contact, how to draw a free kick. And I'm sure Kirsty Hansen will be frustrated about that one.
There's Leanne Robe. United win it back, though. Quite easily, really, with Blundell and now Katie Zelem. Mary Earps just had to be on her toes there. Went for the long option. Probably the only option she did have.
Yeah, definitely at that point it was about clearing your lines, trying to get the ball as far away as possible. When you're under pressure, you're out of shape, and have been sold a slightly short back pass there.
I think that's so important, not just for goalkeepers but also at the back, to ensure that your decision making is spot on, knowing when to put the ball into the stands rather than passing it out from the back. I think it's important to know exactly when to do which and when to take the right option. Here's Lawley. Ball just gets caught up in Kerry Holland's feet, so United win possession back. Here's Staniforth, who's been key really in United's 2 goals here at Carrington. And in comes another delivery, and stretching for it was Carrie Jones. Very nearly got her toe on the end and would have made it 3 for United, you feel?
Would have been the perfect 3 as well, wouldn't it? All front 3 scoring a goal would be the perfect start for this starting 11, wouldn't it? And she wasn't far away. It's great to see her gambling on that kind of ball, trying to get there across the near post and make contact on that through ball. And it's great to see, because she hasn't really been that involved in the game. She's worked really hard, but she hasn't had that much service to feet to be able to play off so far. It's kind of more gone down the channels, and Kirsty Hansen, as we've said a number of times, has been involved and had the ball a lot.
Well, we have played half an hour now. Originally, the plan was to split this game into 3 thirds, but that has changed. So it will be 2 45s. Good pressure from Missy Bo-Kearns, who will chase this, but Harris will get there ahead of her. Harris gets the return from Filda Barisa. Back to Earps. Staniforth stretching but can't get it. Here's Leanne Robe. Now Roberts. Lawley again causing some trouble. No problems for Martha Harris though.
Looked like she wanted to swap shirts after 32 minutes. It's a little bit quick to be swapping shirts there. This little tug of the neck.
Well, Martha Harris, another of the United players who used to play for Liverpool. 2014 to 2018, she was a Liverpool player. Much like Zelem, who won the WSL with her in her time at Liverpool, Katie Zelem. In possession now for United, though. It's loose from Filda Barisa. Now Jade Bailey. Certainly offers that physical presence, that power in the middle of the park for Liverpool. Here's Leanne Kiernan, who was the scorer of Liverpool's goal in the opener in this game.
It was a lovely finish from Kiernan, wasn't it? But thankfully United have scored 2 in response and are in the lead, and probably dominating possession at the moment. Yeah, it's a little bit more even than it was in that opening 15-20 minutes, but I'm sure they'll be looking for one or two more to get on the score sheet.
Torresdottir will mop this up. Here's Millie Turner. Gets the return from Harris. Liverpool pile bodies forward, really putting that press on. But United content to pass their way out of it. And that is a good pass from Katie Zelem. Blundell bursting forward. Now it's Galton, who scored Manchester United's equaliser. Swung in by Galton, down the throat of Riley Foster.
Yeah, it's good numbers in attack there. I think at one point it was 4v4. It's about making the right choices when you're in those opportunities and when you're in those positions. And I think Leah Galton just delayed a little bit and then put the ball in. It was an easy claim for the goalkeeper in the end. But as I said, good to see so many bodies committed forward to the attack.
Certainly Lucy Staniforth has gone about her business really well as we enter the final 10 minutes of the first half. More excellent play though from Kirsty Hansen. It was a teasing ball through for Galton as well.
Really good combination play between Hansen and Galton there, but as we said before, the lack of width. Hansen's your left winger there and she's in on the right hand side of the pitch. Jones is over that side as well, so is Galton. There's no one stretching that width at the moment, and that causes problems when you're trying to break through the back line and when you're trying to create those opportunities and find those little pockets. So you want to see if Kirsty Hansen's in there driving forward, potentially Jones coming out wide to stretch it, then that opens it up and gives more opportunities for Manchester United to get shots away.
Amber Whiteley leading the Liverpool team today as coach Matt Beard isn't here. He's tested positive for coronavirus, so wish him well in his recovery.
Make sure you secure it, man.
Leah Galton's corner. Bodies in there. And another corner given by the referee, Taylor Hines. You think would have tried to keep that in had she thought the decision was going to go that way. Referee didn't agree. Another United corner. Jade Bailey muscles in. Kiernan will chase. Collected by Harris. Now Fielder Boarisa for Manchester United. Millie Turner. Harris again. Nice give and go by Lucy Staniforth. Here's 17-year-old Carrie Jones. Decent enough strike from Kirsty Hansen. Didn't quite get the power she was looking for.
No, didn't quite get the power, but again, good combination play in that final third. It's good to see Jones coming out wide, switching positions. That makes it more difficult for the Liverpool defenders to pick up players because they don't know where they're going to be. Jones out on the left, Kirsty Hansen central, combining, and then it wasn't quite the finish that Kirsty Hansen would have liked it to be.
Certainly Carrie Jones up front for Manchester United. He's one to watch for the future. Just 17, as we say. Does have 2 caps for Wales. Made her first team debut against Aston Villa near the end of last season. Definitely one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's really exciting when you see young players come through, when they do well, when they dominate their position, and that's what I'm looking forward to in the second half, as I assume there'll be several changes made to see those young players and who can grasp the opportunity.
Here's the dangerous Kiernan, and across comes Torresdottir. No messing about with that one.
No, definitely no nonsense defending there. Remove all risk, get the ball off the pitch. Preferably you wouldn't want to be dealing with a corner, especially with how windy it is today. But United just need to make sure they win those first contacts again and eradicate any kind of danger.
Ball goes short to Lawley and then Bailey. And that little triangle for Liverpool doesn't pay off. United won't mind one bit, they've got the goal kick.
They won't, and you think in these conditions, I'd just be delivering it under the crossbar, testing the goalkeeper, testing the defenders, swirling wind, and that ball could land anywhere.
Sometimes with these short corners, it's all about changing the angle, isn't it? Deliveries into the box and things like that. But as you say, Siobhan, with the conditions as they are, you just want to make life as difficult for the goalkeeper as possible.
You do, and when it works, it's fantastic. When it doesn't, you think, why didn't you just put it in the box?
Much like pre-season, when you win, really looking forward to the campaign ahead. When you lose, it doesn't really matter because it's only pre-season. But United winning at the moment, and you'd have to say deservedly so with what we've seen. A couple of really good goals, all three excellent goals actually, including Liverpool's. Leanne Kiernan just before the 20-minute mark with a neat take and finish beyond Mary Earps to give Liverpool the lead, before Leah Galton provided the response after excellent work from Kirsty Hansen, who was nearly in business again. And so was Jones just there. Liverpool recover, but it was Hansen who gave Manchester United the lead, and that's how it stayed so far.
Good work right there from the front three, and Katie Zellem as well, stepping that little bit higher onto the pitch to win it back, putting that Liverpool backline under pressure. And I think that's what Manchester United need to do more of. Can they press high? Can they cause mistakes and then dominate from those positions?
Here's Jones just trying to wriggle her way beyond Rhiannon Roberts. Up against someone much older in Rhiannon Roberts, former Blackburn and Doncaster Rovers player. Signed a new Liverpool deal in May.
Welsh player as well, so I'm sure they'll know a lot about each other.
Well, Rhiannon Roberts made her Wales debut in 2015. Carrie Jones was 10.
Oh, again, feeling majorly old right now, so we'll move on from young players and talking about ages and when people made debuts.
The voice of Siobhan Chamberlain here on MUTV as United begin their pre-season campaign for 21-22. The start of the new WSL campaign exactly 4 weeks away for Manchester United. Kicks off at Leigh Sports Village on Sunday the 5th of September. Reading the visitors. United did lose 2-0 to Reading at Leigh in the WSL last season, but did beat them away from home. I know it is a tired old football cliche, but so much quality and talent in the WSL. No games are really easy at all.
It is, and you always know when you're playing Reading that you're always going to be in for a game. That they play smart. They've got experienced FAWSL players as well as technically gifted players, and they know how to get results.
Yeah, Reading have signed some established internationals as well, but so have Manchester United, but they're on the back foot here, United. Across it comes. It might well have found its way into the far corner had Leanne Kiernan got the touch she wanted. Just sliced that shot on goal. Unfortunately for her, couldn't tie things up. Meanwhile, Manchester United come forward. Mopped up by Leanne Robe. But Liverpool getting closer.
Yeah, it was a great cross from Mel Lawley there to Kiernan. Thankfully, United, she scuffed her shot. You'd like to question why she wasn't picked up, why she wasn't marked in the box at that time. Far too much space in the 18-yard box for an attacking player there.
Yeah, and very nearly went to Rihanna Dean as well, who was also lurking at the back post. That's a really clever ball from Filda Boarisa, but Leah Galton just turns and smiles as she knows how good it was. Unfortunately, the control just let her down.
Oh, it's a beautiful ball with the outside of the foot, perfectly placed, and if Leah Galton had got that touch right and scored, it would have been a fantastic goal. Goal of the season? Can you have a goal of the season in a pre-season friendly?
Well, certainly the men's team have tried to do that, haven't they, in pre-season with the amount of goals they've scored. We've already seen 3 good ones today. I think if I was a striker, I'd be claiming goal of the season, even if it was in pre-season.
If I was the goalkeeper that conceded it, I'd be saying it definitely doesn't count.
Approaching half-time here at Carrington. United 2, Liverpool 1. It's been an entertaining first 45 minutes. Torres Darte gets in a little bit of a tangle, but did manage to get away with it, at least until the whistle went. Rihanna Dean just clutching her ankle there.
Yes, nothing really in that. I don't think she might have got her ankle caught with a stud, but no foul. Just a little bit of untidy play, but managed to get away with it and maintain possession.
Another summer signing for Liverpool, Rihanna Dean, 22 years old. I have to say, with Bristol City being relegated from the WSL last season, there's been a bit of a mass exodus from the Robins. Both United and Liverpool have picked up some good players who are playing in the West Country. Jasmine Matthews and Yana Daniels for Liverpool, and of course United signed Sophie Bagley, who was a standout in goal last term.
You've got Carla Humphrey as well for Liverpool, who's come from Bristol, so yeah, they're absolute mass exodus.
Well, Manchester United will be pleased with that first 45 minutes of pre-season. Kirsty Hansen, a thorn in the Liverpool side throughout. It was the visitors who took the lead. Leanne Kiernan with a neat finish tucked beyond Mary Earps after 19 minutes, but United flipped the game on its head. First, Leah Galton with the equaliser from close range, and then Kirsty Hansen getting her goal after 27 minutes. At half-time here at Carrington, Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1.